back to White Eagle Speaks TV. I'm the host, Chaske, and today we are in Kansas City at the Indian Center, where we're going to be speaking with Gaylene Crouser, the Executive Director of the Indian Center, and Delfina Segura-Office Manager. So, it's good to be here today.
Good to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be in Kansas.
Welcome. We're happy you're here.
Thank you. So we'll start with Gaylene. If you would like to talk about the Indian Center and what you do here.
Absolutely. The Indian Center was started informally in the 50s as part of the relocation and termination federal policies. So folks started coming to Kansas City and needed a little bit of assistance staying connected to their culture, finding jobs, housing, that sort of thing. So a group of elders started the Indian Center, and then they formally incorporated in 1970. So they've been operating for 44 years formally, and they serve primarily to keep people connected to their identity, their indigenous identity, and also to provide social supports for that. And one of our long-standing programs is our Morning Star drug and alcohol outpatient treatment, which they've had since 1974. And unfortunately, that's still very much needed in this urban area. And then we also have emergency assistance and food pantry and that sort of thing to help out people, whether they've just relocated or whether they're run into a tough spot and that sort of thing. And we've had a camp for kids. I believe this will be our 34th year of camp for kids. And so some of these kids, their parents were campers, and now they're bringing their kids to camp. And so it's always a lot of fun. It's a 5-day residential camp to keep them connected, or sometimes reconnect them or even introduce them to indigenous culture, way of life, traditional type of things. Sometimes they don't have that in their lives at all.
What kinds of activities are there?
At camp?
Yes.
It depends, because we usually have a kind of a theme. So they've got just the regular things you'd expect at a camp, like the swimming pool, which the kids love, and basketball and that sort of thing. But other things, we've got people that come from all over and help out with teaching the kids like beading and songs and traditional stories and that sort of thing. And I think it makes it interesting, but also sometimes a little bit difficult being in an urban setting where it's we've got probably over 100 tribes represented in the Kansas City metro area. So trying to get something for everyone, but I think that's also one of the more interesting parts about being in an area like this, is you get to learn about various indigenous cultures. So, yeah.
All right. And if you could explain what your role is.
I'm the office manager, data coordinator, volunteer coordinator. I also assist with the IHS, the Morning Star program, and also the pantry facilitator. I assist with things that she does on that program also.
Okay. And what got you involved with?
What got me involved? Well, actually it was my daughter-in-law worked here with the AMBL program, but at the time she wasn't my daughter-in-law. And then as she was leaving, she was telling me of a position here, and I decided to apply for it. I've worked with several different non-for-profits, and I just felt like this would be my chance to work with my own people and help out in the community, and have a chance to learn learn about all the different diverse tribes that we have and meet the families here in the community.
Good. And if I may ask, what nations are represented here in Kansas City?
Quite a bit. We've even had some from Canada, Mexico. I mean, it's really diverse. We joke because there's a lot of Lakota. A lot of my brothers and sisters that I work with are Lakota, and I'm Sac-and-Fox, so we kind of make a joke of it because they speak Lakota. And I say they're teaching me Lakota. I'm going to be a Lakota speaking Sac-and-Fox. But it's very diverse, and we've even had some people from Alaska come, and it's a wonderful opportunity to meet different people from all over. And I was really surprised because being here in the inner city and being in Kansas City, Missouri, so far from the reservations and that I didn't think that we would have that many people in our community, but we really have quite a bit. So yeah, it's really diverse. It's great. We get to share things and food when we have dinners. Everyone brings a different dish, and some of them will bring a traditional dish, and we get a chance to sample different dishes. Like, not everybody's corn soup is the same, and of course not everybody's fried bread is the same. So yeah, that's interesting. So it's a great group when we get to meet.
Good. And Gaylene, what happened? I ask how you also got involved in this one.
I got involved as a camp counselor, as a volunteer, is how I initially became involved with the Indian Center. When my kids were a lot smaller, I wanted them to be able to be around other Indian kids. I mean, their cousins were a lot older, and so really the only Indian people they had around was just our little family. I say little, it's it is, but not too many kids their own age. And so I came up and volunteered to be a counselor so that my kids could go to camp, and eventually got on the board of directors. They had being part of that committee, and then they said, oh, we have this board opening, and so I did that, and I did that for a few years, and then when the director position came open, I resigned from the board and applied for the director's position, and I've been here for about 3 years.
Nice. And I see that it's a very beautiful facility.
Thank you. We're very proud of it.
Touch on helping the youth. We know there's a lot of youth suicides happening on reservations and off, and how here in the center, how you're helping with that.
Sister Gaylene was talking about our camp, and there's a lot of positive, how would I put that, mentoring that happens there with the camp counselors and the director, and then I also think that when we meet here, we have a lot of the children, like if we have crafts or whatever, and the families come together, and I think that prevents, it gives the children to learn that there are other ways, and there's a lot of positive, how we find the words? I don't know, that there's just, no matter what, there's always someone there for them if they need to talk. Moses is really good at sitting down and helping people kind of just speak to someone about it. Sometimes it's good to even just talk about it and then hear about it and then get different people's advice, and I think that helps out. And then here at the Indian Center, we joke around and we say, we call each other brothers and sisters, and it really is like a big family here. And that's one thing that I think is positive for the Indian Center, is that we try to bring people in, not just as clients, but as family, because we do believe in the family bond. And we have a lot of people, children who have gone through the adoption, who, like Sister said, they don't know any of the culture or traditional ways, and a lot of that leaves an empty space. And so when we're able to teach them the things, the cultural and traditional ways, then I think it helps heal that empty spot that they've had, not knowing about their own people.
Kids coming in, youth coming in, and not knowing who they are.
Well, we get a lot of grown-ups too that are really searching for that identity. Whether, like she said, whether it's because they've been adopted or whether they've grown up urban and just have been so far removed that they don't have any connection with their tribe anymore. And I know how easily that happens, because sometimes, once grandma or the anchor kind of person passes from the area that you grew up in, a lot of times people don't make that effort to go back and to stay connected. And so even as adults, we kind of start to lose that connection to the people. And don't, a lot of times there are a lot of reasons why they, either don't make that effort or can't get back, whether it's because they don't have transportation or funds or whatever to get way back to where they're from. They can still come here and kind of feel connected to, even if we're not from their tribe, just to be around other Indian people and have that. So, but with the kids, definitely, just recently had a little presentation that we gave with some campers, with the folks that donate the facility, because they donate this magnificent facility out at Lee Summit, Lake Jacomo area. And so we went to talk to the folks that actually have that facility, and she was saying that that's where her kids learned it, and now her grandkids are learning about it, because they had been so far removed that was really the only place that they had to kind of get that knowledge and connection was at camp or through coming to the Indian Center. And kind of started piquing their interest to learn more. And so they've gone pretty far with that.
How can somebody contact you?
They can visit our website, www.kcindiancenter.org, or we're on Facebook, or they can give us a call.
Okay, all right. So they can contact you for help or assistance, or if they're coming through Kansas, they can drop by.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yep. 816-421-7608 is how to give us a call. And absolutely, we're here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, and sometimes later, but people are just feel free to just drop in and say hi and come visit. Yeah.
One more question I got. Like during the evenings or anything, you have gatherings or things like that happening here?
Yeah, oftentimes we do. We do have an AA class or an AA group that meets every week on Tuesdays, Tuesday evenings, and then we have community potlucks. Usually we try to do those once a month.
The elders. I know elders play a big role. And are the elders involved here, and how will they be playing a big role?
Usually they volunteer. I want to tease Gail because he's just retiring at the end of the week. But a lot of times through camp too, and we get people from all over. We have a grandma that comes from Minnesota that comes down, and she was here, I think this will be her third year coming down, just because she likes to help teach the kids how to do bead work and do stuff. She's Ojibwe.
Okay.
And so we do have a population of Ojibwe people here, so she comes to share that, and we're not too far for some of the other reservations, Kickapoo and Potawatomi, Sac and Fox, not too far. So sometimes we get elders from kind of the nearer tribes that come.
Oh, nice.
And so whether it's, whether they come here to volunteer and share that, or whether they are coming out to camp to do that.
Oh, good. All right. So today we are at the Kansas City Indian Center in Kansas City, Missouri. Like Gaylene said, if you were passing through, grab one by. Great people here, and help you out however they can. And so, till next time, everyone have a good day. And I want to thank Gaylene and Delfina. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Well, till next time, have a good day. And see you later.